Hello, I'm SJ. I'm new here at Hollyburn, and I am filling in for Lindsay today for the Pilates mat class. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes and see if we need to. All right, I'm just admitting a few people in. I'm SJ, if you don't know me. I am new to Hollyburn. I've just been here for a couple of months. I am a classical Pilates instructor, and I am filling in for Lindsay today. So I'm assuming that Hillary can hear me. Okay, great. I'm just going to start then. Okay, so if we're going to start with some arm circles. I'm going to use this bolster. If you have a towel, a roll of towel, or a roll of blanket would work. Yeah, anything that you can have, if you can prop up underneath you so that it lays sort of between your shoulder blades. It's actually a little bit big, but it's going to work. So I just want you to get the sense of your shoulder blades just sort of falling over both sides of the face. So I'll give you a second to get a sense of that, and get that prop ready if that's what you need. You could also use a small ball. If you have a softer Nuna ball, that works as well. So just take some deep breaths and just let your body sink into the mat and into the bolster. Let your shoulder blades just fall back into the mat. Let them be heavy. I want you to bring your legs together in Pilates V. Hi. And now we're going to just inhale our arms up and over, and exhale, circle around. Inhaling. And I want you to bring your attention to your rib cage. I want you to think about pulling the space between your rib cage and the top of your hip bones closer together. And as you move your arms in your arm circles, it's like, hi, are you doing impressed? So that's awesome. What's your name? That continues good. Hi, Beth. Namaste. Hi. So yeah, we're just going to do some little arm circles here. So yeah, I just want to give the sense of just noticing how your shoulder blades glide on your back. And also how they glide on your back independently of your rib cage. So like I said, use your abdominal muscles to shorten the space between the tops of your hip bones and the bottom of your rib cage. And as you're circling your arms, don't let that space change. So your collarbone will lift and move, and that's okay. Let's reverse the circles. Inhale and exhale. Your collarbone moves and your shoulder blades glide. Your rib cage stays stable. Rib cage stability, shoulder mobility, big part of the legs. This time you just want to bring your arms straight up beside you. Reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Let your arms reach out of your shoulder joints and reach towards the ceiling. And then just let your shoulder blades fall back towards the whatever properties you have between the shoulder blades towards the mat. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale as you sink your shoulders and let the idea of your humerus bones, your arm bones being heavy, and they just sink into that shoulder joint. One more time. Inhale, reach your arm, your shoulders come apart. And as you exhale, and you draw your shoulders together. And then let's just do a few more arm circles with this idea. Inhaling our arms up and over our head, and just thinking about how your humerus bone just rotates inside that ball and socket joint. Just take the easiest path. Good. And then we'll reverse directions for free. Inhale, connect. And we're just going to mess ourselves. Let's take the top out. Come underneath us. Just get rid of it. Just going to do a little bit more of a warm-up. We're going to lay with our legs bent. Again, now feeling your shoulder blades on the mat. And just notice if there's any more space between your shoulder blades, or maybe you have that sensation of your shoulders just being a little bit closer to the mat now, a little bit wider. Your collarbone is a little bit wider. And I want you to think about the same things with the tops of your thigh bones, your femur bones. I want you to think of your femur bones being heavy and sinking into your hip joints. Do a little bit of gently pressing your feet into the mat. Energetically pull your feet to your sit bones and your sit bones to your feet. So then you get like a little bit of some activation in the low belly. And then from here, we're just going to do some knee folds. So we're going to inhale, bend the right leg in, and exhale, lower it. Yeah, inhaling and exhaling. Take a moment here and bring your hands to your hip bones. And I want you to think about keeping those hip bones perfectly stable as you lift and lower your leg. Inhaling and exhaling. When you set your foot down, again, do that drawing of the heel to the sits bones and the sits bones to the heels. So we're using our abdominal muscles to lift and lower our leg, or to increase and decrease the fold in the front of our hips. Good. And now this time, we'll bend one leg up and then float the other leg up to meet it in tabletop. Bring your hands to your sides here so that you can use the pressure of your hands into the mat to stabilize your pelvis and to stabilize your spine. And we're going to inhale, tap the toes, and exhale, bring them back up. Together, yeah, inhaling and exhaling. And you might notice there that it creates some tension on your low back. So it doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. I want you to be able to keep your spine in neutral. You're really using your deep abdominal muscles to lower it. Good. And then pause at the top, get your legs up. And then we're just going to do some gentle knee sways so our legs are together, knees together, squeeze them together. You're going to inhale as you lift up your left hip to tip your pelvis over to the right side, keeping your knees glued together. And then exhale, use your abdominals to pull your legs back. And again, inhale, lift the right hip up and over as your knees fall to the left side, and then exhale, abdominals pull you back. Thinking about that nice wide collarbone and your shoulders stable on the mat. So really it's just your lumbar spine twisting away from your stable thoracic spine. Let's do one more each side. Try not to let your knees shear or come apart or one go faster than the other. And then we'll bring them together and we'll put our rest our feet back down onto the mat. Nice work. Okay, so from here we're going to bring our hands up behind our head. Place your fingers at the back of your skull so that you feel that the occipits, the back of your skull is resting quite heavy in your hands. And from here, without moving our spine at all, I just want you to lift put your elbows closer together and then open your elbows. Just do a little bit of that. Inhaling and exhaling. With your elbows open, collarbone comes wide. Now we're just going to pick up our collarbone and come into a slight upward curl as we inhale and exhale back down. So inhale, just to the tips of our shoulder blades, and exhale back down. Exhale, let your head stay tight in your hands. So if you're feeling like this is a strain on your neck doesn't need to be involved. It's really your sternum, your front body extended, and your neck is not involved. Let it be heavy. Good. And then exhale, lower everything down. Bring your hands back to your side. We're going to go into hundreds. So there's a couple of ways that we can start. We're going to start with your legs bent, like so, if you'd like. And then we're going to take a nice inhale and we come up, or we can start with our legs straight. I'll do it like this for now. So legs are bent. I'm going to inhale, and I'm not thinking about that inhale, but I'm coming up the front of my spine, creating length in my spine as I inhale. Exhale, come up into your upper curl. Reach your fingertips forwards and start pumping. Inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. Inhale and exhale. Good. Stay in that neutral spine, but keep chasing your thighs, like sinking your rib cage back and lifting your collarbone up. Again, here, try to keep your neck soft. It's very difficult to do, I know, but maybe you can try looking to one side and then looking to the other side. Because the coming up in the upper ab curl is not about the neck. It's about sinking the rib cage, drawing the femur bones into your hip joint to give you something to round up and over. If you have your legs bent, you can try extending one leg and then bending it in and reaching the other one out. And while you're extending that leg, think about the curl of your tail that holds the leg up. So it's really, it's hooked into your abdominals. So only bring your legs down as far as you can with while staying in your spine. Your back starts to arch, that's too far. One more deep breath. And then good. We're gonna roll up. I'm gonna start with some half roll down because I don't have a strap. I don't know if people at home have a strap. So come to sitting, find your sit bones, just like really. Reach your sit bones down into the mat, bend your legs, and bring your hands underneath your thighs. Again, pull your sit bones to your heels and your heels to your sit bones. Feel how that turns on your low belly, maybe it turns on your hamstrings. And then from here, I want you to inhale as you curl your tail and pull your belly button into your spine. You're going to round your tail underneath you. Just to the tip top of your sacrum, and then exhale back up and over. Good. Inhale, rounding, and exhale. So we're staying in a flexed spine. So I'm looking, I'm with a big round, I'm with a large C shape in my spine. And it's really the pelvis rolling underneath that's taking me back in space. And then as I exhale, my breath washes up and over like a wave. Good. And one more. Inhale back. Awesome. Put your leg in and roll yourself down. Okay, so we're going to go for some roll over. So this is a little bit more of a challenging exercise. This is where you really need the strength of your triceps and your hands and that shoulder connection that we did at the beginning of the class. Bring your legs together, squeeze them together. You can start like this if you want, even because if it's challenging for you to lift your hips up and up over your head. So you're going to push it down into the mat. I'm going to inhale as I lift my legs up and over. Reach them right behind me. Tap the floor if you can. Oops, get that out of the way. And then separate your legs with flexed feet. Roll your spine back down one leg at a time. So it's like big leg circles starting to go. Up with my legs, my feet pointing my legs together, up and over, lifting my hips right up and over my head. And then I'm going to separate and then roll through, flex. And one more like that. Feet together, push into your palms, lift up and over, tap, flex, and roll through. And now we're going to do it with legs apart. So point your toes with your legs apart. Inhale, push into the mat, lift your hips up and over, bring them together, and exhale. Rolling through one vertebra at a time. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Just to add another layer to all of this, you can imagine that you have something pokey like toothpicks in the front of your hips, and you want to stay away from them. So you're pulling your belly away from your thighs. Good. And then when you come the top of this one, let's just bring your left leg to the mat and keep the right leg up, pointing towards the ceiling. So the left leg comes down to the mat, and you flex that foot. Flex the left leg. And think about drawing that finger into your hips. Okay. And then from here, let's just internally and externally rotate the right leg a few times. So I'm just going to turn it in and out. But I want you to think about doing that from deep in the hip joint. So it's really just this heavy femur is just internally and externally rotating, sort of massaging that joint. Good. And then take your leg up, bend a little bit, pull towards your chest. So we're going to go into single leg circles. So hands come back to your sides. Externally rotate your leg. You're going to lift your hip up and over. And exhale back to center. So inhale as you lift your hip up and over. And the exhale starts when your leg comes over across the bottom. Inhale and exhale. And try to keep your shoulders sturdy on the mat. Lift your hip. Use your abdominals for your legs back to center. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, now we're going to reverse direction. So inhale from my leg to the outside, and then lift my hip and bring it back. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling with control. 2 more, inhale. So in that hip, you can twist your low spine away from your stable upper spine. Good. Then when you get to the top of this one, just switch your feet. Flex your right foot now, point your left. Good, and then we're just going to internally and externally rotate that leg a few times. Letting it be nice and heavy in the hip joint. You can soften the knee. That's totally fine. Tight hamstrings, tight quads, pretty normal. Good, and then just bring that leg towards you. Give it a little bit of a stretch. So externally rotate that leg. Inhale as you lift the left hip up and over. And exhale. Inhale. Abdominals pull it back. Inhale, hip. Exhale, abdominals. Inhale, hip strength. Abdominals. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to reverse directions. Inhale. And exhale. You can feel internally rotating the leg that's on the mat too. Just noticing it's trying to shift around. Try to keep it stable. Okay, when you get to the end of the fifth one, bend that leg, give it a hug, and roll yourself up to sitting. And then from here, we're going to put our hands aside like this, and then lift our hips and bring them towards our heels. So you might want to come down to the bottom rather than the middle, because we're going to be rolling like a ball. So you might want to be down at this end of the mat. And then this is an exercise that looks easy, but isn't. So yeah, great. Like a nice tight little ball. Find your sits bones and push your chin into your hands and into your chin. Turn on the muscles between your shoulder blades. Hover your toes. Look down at your belly button. I want you to inhale back and exhale up. Inhaling and exhaling. Try to stay as tight into that ball as you can. Use the breath. You inhale, your lungs fill up with air to bring you back in space. And then exhale. Over. Good. Inhale and exhale. Keep curling your tail, make your spine as round as you can. Try to let your head touch the ground. Keep looking between your thighs. Do 2 more. Lift the hips. Lift the hips and exhale. Good. Bring your feet back to the mat. Bring your hands behind you. Push into your hands, lift your hips. Swing them between your hands. And we're going to roll back down. This time we're going to have our left leg extended. I'm going to have my left hand on my right knee and my right hand on my right shin. I'm going to hover my left leg slightly off the ground with the pointed toe, both fingers pointed. And this is called single leg stretch. So it looks like this. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. So we're in an upright curl here. Yeah, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you're squeezing on the other one's shooting out, open with the front of that hip. Yeah. Good. And then bring both legs in for double leg stretch. I like to think of like taking a top pile. So inhale, my arms and legs reach away. This is like taking a top pile. Exhale, circle my arms back on this. And then pause there for a sec. Now bring both feet up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your head. So interlace if you're staying on upper right curl. You do an inhale, lower both legs, and exhale. Keep sternum seeking pubic bone seeking sternum the whole time. One more. Bend your legs into your chest, and we're going to go for an elbow to knee, so it looks like this. Inhale and exhale. Stay in your upper curl the whole time. You're going to bring and looking right behind your elbow. You really twist it. Good. And then pause here and then switch your breath. So now you'll take an inhale and exhale to the left. Or whatever the opposite. Shoot that out of it. Shoot it up like a good. And then lay down your knees. Nice. Bring your feet to the mat. And we're just gonna do some big knee sways. So bring your feet mat width apart. And then we're just gonna inhale to one side. Use your abdominals, so lift your legs back up to center. And then to the other side. Inhale to shift. Exhale as you pull your legs back to center. And inhale. Exhale, the belly scoop on the exhale helps bring our legs back to center. Inhale. Exhale as we draw our abdominals together. Pull our legs back to center. One more time each way. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Okay, so now we're going to come back up to sitting again. We're going to do spine stretch. So we'll have our legs out in front of us, feet are flexed, mat width apart. Find your sits bones and stick them out behind you. And really lift, try to lift your spine up and out of your pelvis. So we're not dropping in our low back. We're trying to lift nice and tall. And notice if like your shoulders are coming up or your ribs are popping, try to kind of just keep everything contained and drawing to the center. Now, this is a little bit trickier than it looks also. So we're going to inhale, we're going to have our arms up above our heads. Now here also, try not to do this with your shoulders. You're going to draw them in. And then inhale to get long. Not like reaching my arms up, but inhale to lengthen my spine, crown my head, away from the reach of my sits bones. Inhale and exhale like I'm pushing something down with my arms. Inhale, exhale. And then I inhale back up straight. And then exhale. Imagine there's a wall behind you. And when you come to the top, you're up against that wall. And then when you exhale and you squeeze, you're pushing your low belly up against the wall. So you're scooping your belly away. So it's like you're taking your spine and you're lengthening up towards the ceiling and bending it over like a strap over a suitcase. Let's do two more. As you exhale, squeeze all the way down. Inhale for length and squeeze. But from here, stay down there and put your hands onto your shins or ankles. We're going to do something called open leg rocker. So, however you want to get into this, actually, this is probably the best. So, go get over your ankles and bring your legs, your toes together like this. Oh no, but Zoom is like, it's being low battery. Okay. Hopefully this is still working. Okay, and then from here, so find your sits bones. And then we're going to try to hover our feet. So you're going to rock back just off your sits bones so that you can lift your toes off the mat. And then something that. So just doing that. As I'm lifting my toes off the mat, I'm also I'm squeezing my hips to give me stability and balance. Now, from here, you can inhale one leg up and exhale down. So don't worry about how big it is. You know, it's not about that. It's about balance. It's about feeling, drawing everything into your core. It's about concentration. Good. Now, this one, if you can bring one up and the other, you can go for open leg rocker. So kind of like holding like a ball. I'm going to look down at my belly button. Inhale back and exhale up. Now the trick with this is to keep thinking about going forward and really pull on use your arms. Use your arms and your legs. So my arms, my legs are pushing into my hands, and my hands are pulling my legs towards me as my legs are pushing away. And exhale. So inhale back, lift your hips. Exhale. Not easy. Inhale and exhale. Try to keep your shoulders on your back. Inhale. Let's do one more. Excellent. Try to hop together, your legs together, bring your arms up to your side, and then crisscross as you roll yourselves back down. Good. So from here, we're going to do corkscrew. Actually, we're going to do, we'll do corkscrew from here. So we're going to keep our legs together. And it looks like, so this is what it looks like in its full form, is like this. And then we roll down to one side of our body. And then circle our legs around and lift up to the other side. But today we're just going to start with a smaller corkscrew. We're just going to have our legs bent. And we're going to inhale. And we're just going to do like little circles with our knees on the ceiling in one direction and then the other direction. Keep your knees glued together. Imagine maybe you have a little seed underneath your sacrum and you're just rolling that seed around. That makes sense? From here, let's bring our legs up toward the ceiling. And it's okay if they're a little bit bent. Let your femurs sink into your hip line, and then we're going to do a little bit bigger of a corkscrew. So now we're going to inhale, take our legs to the side like a pendulum, and then swing around and then on the other side. Inhale over to the left hip, round through your sacrum onto your right hip, and then up to the center. And we're going to try to keep our shoulders stable. Good. And then we'll just do one more to each side, whatever you need to do. Make yourself comfortable. Don't let your legs go so low that you come out of that sensation of being hooked into your abdominals. Good. And then bend your legs. We're going to roll all the way up. We're going to have our legs more than that width apart now. We're going to do soft. So the same spinal attention that we did in spine stretch, finding your sit bones and getting up really tall out of your sit bones. But try to be mindful of not lean back or lean forward. It's like we're between two panes of glass. Sit bones are reaching down into that, and the crown of your head is reaching up and away. Arms come out to the side, draw your shoulders in. And it looks like this. You're going to inhale and twist over to the left. Exhale, sawing off that movement. And then inhale all the way over to the other side. And exhale. Try to keep your hips square. And it's like you're going to high five the ceiling with that other arm. Exhale over the belly, open the thighs, so that you can get more grounded in your low spine. Keep your feet flex and think about drawing your legs into your center. And then we'll finish there, arms out. Bring your legs together and your arms come to one side, over onto our belly. We're going to do some extension. So have your hands underneath your armpits. Take a moment here to just feel how your body is on the mat. So tops of our feet, we want the tops of our feet on the mat. I want you to pull your legs together. Now it's not always, sometimes people aren't able to do that. And that's like your adductors might not be used to doing that. And that's okay, it's just something to notice and something to work on. So find your hip bones and kind of push your hip bones into the mat. And then come up to your belly button in your mind and pull your belly button away from the mat. So my hip bones are reaching for the mat, but my belly button is pulling away. And then my shoulder blades, I'm going to pull lift my shoulder, my collarbone. I'm going to put my collarbone up and back. So my shoulder blades are reaching for each other. It just gives me more space. From here, I'm going to imagine that I'm following like a little toy car on the mat with my eyes. I'm going to follow that toy car along the mat, along the floor, up the wall in front of me, push it in my hands. Up just with your lowest ribs. And then exhale one. Again, inhale. Think about going long rather than going high. And keep getting long even as you go down. The extension doesn't come from your neck. It comes from your spine and your lengthening of your abdominals. So I like to think of my spine as a Ferris wheel. And I have to lay one vertebra down before the next one can come down. Like I have a spine on my front body. So the same thing for the back, but I also think about it. Let's just rest there for a second. You can push it back into a little child's pose here if you like. Knees apart. Belly button away from thighs. Then we're going to push us back and we're going to come onto our forearms like this. So the same idea of pushing our hips into the mat, pulling our belly button away. And so if these are like ice picks and we're going to go up on the mountain, we have to dig them in and pull them towards us. So I want you to reach your chest through, towards, reach your chest forward like an extension. And then we're going to do single leg kicks. So you're going to inhale and inhale for length, exhale 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3, and then switch. So keep pulling our body forward. And I really want you to think about kicking your butt. Like even so much that your knees feel like they're going to levitate. Keep pulling your chest towards your fists. Good. And then you can relax. Lay everything back down. Bring your face to the mat. Bring your left cheek onto the mat. Or right, doesn't matter. One cheek. And then bring your hands onto your back. Stack your palms facing up. Your hands are stacked on your back like this, like maybe on your sacrum. And then lift your hands up as high up your back as you can. So just slide your hands along your back. Yes, and then let your shoulder, try to get your elbows low. So you look, it's like this. Yeah. And then again, we're going to find that tone in the belly. Now, this is double leg kick. So we did single, now this is double. It looks like this. You go inhale, exhale, kick, 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 and then you reach and lengthen. And then you go to the other cheek. Kick, kick, kick. Inhale, reach. Exhale, kick, 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 inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Now lift your knees up, everything up. How elevated can you be? How much can the inhale breath lift you up off the mat? Let it lift you. And lift. Good. Bring your hands back to your sides. Push yourself back into it. Ankle length. Yes, we should feel hamstrings on. Yeah, abdominals working. And if you feel, tension in your low back, especially in spinal extension, if you just lift your belly and tone your belly, it will help support your low back. Okay, so from here we're going to come back to sitting, and we're going to do some shoulder bridge. So have a lay up here, legs are bent. Now, classical Pilates is full body, so we want to think about how we can use every muscle in our body, all those little tiny muscles for every exercise that we do. So again, I'm finding the bottoms of my feet here. I want to think how about pressing equally into the bottoms of my feet. My big toe mound, my baby toe mound, by that I'm like the bottom right here and right here, the center of my heel. I want to be pushing evenly into there. Which, I try to do that when I think about it, but I fall back to my old routines, which is to, like the patterns of my body, just to go into the outside of my feet. So that's okay, you're not going to be in perfect form all the time. It's just something to notice. And maybe you could think here about drawing your posture close to heel sticks, if that gives you that sensation of maybe a lengthening of your abdominals. Your sit bones are shiny behind you. From here, we're gonna inhale as you curl your tail. So you imprinting your low back into the mat, pushing into your feet and your arms as you curl your tail and lift your hips into a shoulder bridge. Yeah, and then we're gonna exhale, softening through the sternum, moving one vertebrae down at a time. All the way down, and you can even come into like a little lower, like stick your butt like that. And then again, inhale, curl your tail. Lift your hips, reach your feet, or think about reaching your knees over your feet. When you get to the top, think about softening your sternum first. So you're letting your sternum soften, your hips are still lifted until you get to that part of your spine, and you unroll your pelvis back down onto the mat. And again, inhale, curling. Inhale and exhale to get up. And then inhale. You can also think about stabilizing your legs.